Paola, how are you?
Awesome. I'm good. How are you, Sarah Beth?
I'm doing great. It's so awesome to talk to you again. Because the last time we
Yes.
talked, we like nobody knew that you were going to be in the episode, so it wasn't something that we didn't know, and now it's like everybody's in love with Princess, and I love all of the Princess love.
Oh, thank you, Sarah Beth. Because when we spoke, I think it March?
Yeah, it
No.
was it was
And
all the way back in
yeah.
March.
Oh my God. It feels like a lifetime, right?
I know it's like a whole new world out there. It's
I
crazy.
know.
It's
It really
crazy.
is.
And it's so funny because in a way I feel like The Walking Dead was like all of our therapy, and then it got postponed, and then everybody's just been sitting
I
here going, what do we
know.
do, what do we do?
I know. Yes. But I think the finale. So when we're releasing this is after the finale, right?
Yes, yes, so no spoilers.
Sorry.
We can talk spoilers because we're not going to release it until everybody's seen it, even though I think half the world has seen it
Perfect.
at this point.
I know, right? I got on Instagram and it was a bunch of like clips and I was like, because I haven't seen it.
Oh no.
No, I'm gonna see it this Sunday. But yeah, it's a I think it was worth the wait, definitely. It's such an exciting episode and just leaves us with just so much to look forward to and so many questions as to what's gonna happen, which is so exciting.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the thing that I really love about it is that it's like the most perfect episode I can think of. Like it has so much in it, and it makes you laugh, and it makes you cry, and it makes you, it just scares you, and there's so many
Right.
incredible moments, and it's such a great way to wrap up this season after everything that it's taken to get here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And after everything we're going through in the world, it's good to see something so exciting and to kind of, you know, have this bit of entertainment with, help us pass the time with everything
Uh,
that's going on with the
for
pandemic.
sure. For sure. And it's funny because when we talked last, we were talking about how Princess had been off on her own for so long. And then we all
Right,
went into quarantine, and then we all kind of got a feel for what it was kind of like to be Princess. And so I feel, because one of the things I wanted to ask you was, what I love about the way that Princess is in 1016, like the way it feels like she's been with this group forever because she just kind of fits in. Like she's one of those people that you, once you meet them, like there's people in life where you meet them and then you feel like you've known them forever. And
right,
she's so
right,
natural in this episode, but she's also, it kind of reminds me of like when we first got the all clear, like everybody, some people still haven't, but like people who have been in their houses for a long period of time, and then they go out into the world and they're just like, hi, I'm here, I want to join you in whatever you're doing. And that's kind of her too. Like she's just there and she's just along for the ride. Like she is just so excited to be there. Um, what is that?
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, what has that been like for you to like thinking about that? Like, because I'm thinking specifically of that, when they're on the side of the road and they're like, we're not gonna make it, we're not gonna do it, and she's just like, she's just there. She's just like happy to be there, even though it's not the
Right.
best moment, but you know, she's just happy to be there.
Um, yeah, I think, I think it's crazy how similar it is in a way, how similar meeting the character is in a way with like how what we're dealing with right now as a world and quarantine and the similarities and the excitement. I laugh because every time I talk to my manager, even over the phone, I get so excited to talk to her, and I'm like, oh my god, you called! Like any human contact is like, she's also amazing, but any human contact is like so exciting to me right now, and I think Princess in a way feels the same, you know. She just takes whatever comes, whatever the world throws at her, because she has company now, and she has people to talk to and to enjoy and share with. And I think that's why she is able to kind of like sneak in there and kind of be part of that family, because she so wants to be part of a family,
Right.
you know?
And you really see that protective nature come out in this episode where, like everybody's dealing with some really extreme emotions, trying to get to this rendezvous with Stephanie, and everything just keeps
Right,
getting in the way. But she's you can tell that she cares. She has no stake in this at all. Like there's nothing
right,
other than being with people. Like there's really nothing keeping her with this group, and yet she's almost
right.
more invested than anybody else. Like she wants the mission to keep going too. um
Yeah,
that and so I love that bond that you have with the princess has with Yumiko and Eugene and Ezekiel, because you really get that. I mean, it feels like a family unit already.
right. And I think that's a testament to Princess's huge heart. Like, I think she's the type of friend, I don't know if you have people like this in your life, but I think she's the type of friend who would take a bullet for somebody. Um, like the type of friend who puts, or the type of person who puts others first. Um, and I think it shows like how big her heart is and how much she actually cares about those around her. And maybe, that gets her hurt, that breaks her heart sometimes, caring so much. But I think you can see that in the way she melds with the group.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think,
Which is,
going
go ahead.
going back to, or I was going to say, going back to her, your debut episode when Yumiko embraces, it says, you can come with us, and that
Right.
was like the biggest, um that gave her that sense of like, wow, like if I can win her over, like now I've really done it.
Right, right. Well, the thing is, now I have to win Daryl and Carol and all those people over. And I said this before, but my favorite character is Carol, and I'm just excited for them to meet someday, hopefully.
Yeah, no, it's so funny because there aren't many characters like Princess in The Walking Dead right now. It seems like everybody's by now has had a chance to meet everybody else. And so it's
Right.
really fun to think about all of the ways that those meetings can go, because when I think of Carol meeting Ezekiel, for example, like that was such a memorable.
Remember, I think it was in that moment in the theater, right?
Yeah, yeah, with it
Like
with
they won. It's so good. I remember that episode so vividly because it's like, as fans, we know we have met the two worlds, and we're like, what the heck is it gonna be like when these two worlds collide? And I think that's a part of what is so exciting about this show is all the worlds that we get to meet, and all the different realities of the apocalypse and them colliding together.
I definitely I can think of so many possibilities, and I cannot wait to see how those interactions go, because that's just going to be so much fun to see
Yes.
more of those interactions with Princess, because she is just such a phenomenal character, and she's like I feel like she's the character we need right now. Like we all need Princess right now because she is so representative of all of us at this point. So
Yeah, I think her excitement with like being introduced into a world, and it's similar to our excitement, hopefully, when all of this ends and we can actually all be together again safely.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So speaking of new people, Princess actually does get to meet some new people, but not in the most desirable way at the end of the episode.
Right.
And it's funny because she was living this life in the city, and she was building her little dioramas with the people, and like, you know,
Right.
she had a pretty good life even though she was living by herself. And now within just the span of a couple days, everything is, you know, it's
Yeah.
completely changed, and now she's in a really precarious, you know, dangerous situation. That's got to be kind of, I mean, it must be so thrilling for you to be in the middle of that as an actor, knowing what you get to do, because I, you know, obviously we have no idea,
Definitely, definitely.
but that's got to be so much fun, just knowing that you're experiencing so many different things in a relatively short period
Yeah,
of time.
absolutely. And I think, you know, it's dangerous too because she's so wild. So, you know, to be cornered by people, by these troopers, you know, who knows what she'll come up with, like with her wild side, and if she feels trapped, like how she reacts to things. Um, you know, that's exciting to think about.
Yeah, because such an important theme kind of in The Walking Dead. Like there's personal survival, and then there's group survival. And the moment, you know, it's
Right.
easier to survive when you're by yourself because you just do what you have to do. But now the stakes are a little different because she has friends that she cares about, you
Right.
know, and so that kind of changes the power dynamic because, you know, I mean, which is funny because just a few days prior she would have, you know, she was kind of, she had her gun out and was like, you know, either you're good or you're bad, and I'm gonna be like, who knows how this is
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
you. But now she's standing with those same people facing a new
So she had
threat.
to, yeah. So perhaps, you know, she has to maybe learn how to be with people again, you know, as we all do
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
so
god.
true. But it's such a, you know,
Right.
such an iconic moment. I mean, you know, you think about, and it's funny because you're tied to those moments. Like your appearance, everybody can hold up that comic cover and say, "This is Princess," and then they see Paola and they say, "Paola is Princess." Like you have embodied that so beautifully.
Oh,
And
thank you so much, Sarah Beth. I really appreciate that.
oh, you're welcome, because it's just been so delightful to see. And now, like the little glimpse of the troopers, like anyone who's ever seen that comic book cover, like I know what's about to happen. Like I know, or you know, I know what happens in the comics. And so you've been part of these massive moments in the story. And again, it's just been such a short period of time, but it's just a great
Right.
time to be part of, a great time to show up.
Oh, I'm so thankful to be part of it, and you know, I fell in love. I think everybody knows already, but I fell in love with that character as soon as I read the audition, and I gave it my all and worked so hard, and work hard for it still to this day, and just I just love this character, and I love her heart and her vulnerability, and I'm just very excited to be a part of this family.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Speaking of family, I really, really loved the. You know, it's a bummer we can't. Nobody can get together for conventions right now, but it was so
Right.
cool. I mean, because that's like such a huge part of the Walking Dead family. Like everybody gets together and they see each other and see the cast, and it's, you know, it's such a frenetic. Uh, you know, the energy in those big you know, convention halls are just overwhelming, especially San Diego Comic
Mm.
Con. But
Right.
I
I've
really
never been to a
loved,
Comic Con
I
as a
see that.
spectator or as a panelist. I've
Oh
never
my
been, so
gosh.
I'm excited to hopefully maybe someday.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have to, we have to, that has to happen because you just, it's incredible. It is incredible. But I really
Oh,
loved
I can't
that.
imagine.
I really loved the fact that you guys were able to come together and they had all three of the casts, which is something that usually can't happen because everybody's filming. It's very rare to have
Right.
everybody in the same spot. So as a newcomer to the series, what was that like, getting to kind of virtually meet some of the people from the other series and people maybe that you hadn't met from The Walking Dead yet?
It was awesome. Like, I'm just it was everybody's just so nice. Like, it's incredible to me that everybody's just so nice and so cool. And something I love about the cast throughout the CWD universe is that everybody's so down to earth and kind and just welcoming to one another, which makes it really feel like a family. And it was just exciting to get to meet them. And I got excited when I got to meet Morgan. What's his name? Lenny.
Lenny James. Yeah.
It's so hard. Sometimes I get confused with the characters and the names, but as a fan of the show, getting to meet him, even if it was virtual, was like, oh, that's awesome. I was so excited. I was like a little 7-year-old kid, like just excited to get to interact with these people, and hopefully in conventions in the future we can do this with the fans and really have that feeling of family, all of us together again,
Oh, for sure. Now, given that you've said that you're excited for Princess to meet Carol, obviously, and other members of the Walking Dead. Now that you've thinking about the greater Walking Dead universe and Fear the Walking Dead and now World Beyond, like have you ever kind of imagined, like, if you could have it, because it's interesting because now we have like, not that we know anything about Tales of the Walking Dead, but we have these new series coming where they're exploring all of these different, it's basically possibilities are endless. But if Paola could come up with a scenario where Princess was able to team up with another person or another group of people from any of the other shows or the comics or the games, who would you want to see Princess team up with?
I mean, you've probably read the comics, right, Sarah?
I've read almost all of them at this point.
Okay. Well, I would want to meet the character of Mercer, who then, in the comic books becomes my love interest. I just think that relationship is interesting. And it's exciting to me, and to see Princess, that side of Princess. But let me think. If I were to team up with other, okay, who would I want to team up with? Ooh, this is hard. I mean, I would love, to team up with Michonne. Like, it would be so cool. I mean, but Michonne would be so mad at me because I'm so wild. But she's so strong that maybe I can learn from her. And but yeah, I would love to team up with her. That would be amazing.
Oh, that would be so fantastic. I would love that. That would, and it's so fun to think of because now there's these all of these possibilities, and nothing is impossible anymore. I mean, you never know what could happen, and so there's something really exciting about that.
It's so exciting. Absolutely, I'm super excited, and the writers and the producers are so brilliant and love this show so much and this universe that you can tell that these writers put their heart and soul into it, and so that makes it even that much more exciting. That that who knows what is going to happen, and they have the same love for the show that we do. So it's exciting to think about the possibilities.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that reminds me, so now, after it's been months and months, and those writers have been writing like crazy because they haven't, they've been working hard. Are you excited to, I know there've been discussions about getting back to work and being safe and everything. Are you excited to start filming again at some point? I don't know what the actual timetable is, but are you excited to get back to it? To the other apocalypse?
I am so excited. So excited. I miss people. I miss community. I miss working. I miss my sofa, the jacket I get to wear. I miss the family, the community, and us creating together and having so much love for creating this this show, and so much respect for it too. So I'm super excited.
That's so cool. I feel like, sometimes people, I haven't seen it in the Walking Dead universe. Everybody who's on the show just absolutely loves it and has so many nice things to say about each other. But I feel like
Right.
actors are really invested in getting back to work, and that you won't. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this, but like getting back to work is going to mean so much more given that everything has changed. So I feel like these episodes that are going
Right.
to be coming are going to be even more special than what could have been,
Right.
even though the scripts were already written. Like if they had filmed normal and nothing had happened, they'd be just, I mean, they'd be awesome, but they'd just be episodes. But I feel like there's so much more invested in these new episodes this season, than
You're
what's
absolutely
coming.
right.
And that's
You're
got to be
absolutely right,
something.
because it brings, with everything that's gone on in the past few months, it brings an added layer of of, of so many added layers. But I think yes, it's gonna have that, not that pain, but like, yeah, we have felt pain as a world, with the loss, so much loss of life, and illness, and so I think it will be very special. I think you're absolutely right, Sarah Beth, and I hadn't really thought about it like that, but I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I know it's hard to think of, but it's like, because obviously like the news that
Hmm.
the show is ending, even though it's not ending for a
Right.
couple of years, but like that hit everybody really hard. So it's like this is going to be the last season finale, like basically the last season finale, because the
Right.
next one will be the series finale. Like
Ah,
I don't know if we count those 6 episodes. Like we're all still trying to figure out the language, like what are those 6 episodes? Is it 10C? Is it bonus? Like we don't know what to call them. So like, will they have a finale? I don't know. But like technically, like if season 11 is
I
the
don't know
end,
either.
then like it kind of messes with your head. And as a fan, like we're just like, because I'm a huge fan. I know I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I'm biased. I'm a fan. I'm gonna admit it. Like of course I'm a fan. And like I'm like struggling with that. Like, oh my gosh, like this could be the last, like this is the last season finale. Like this is a big episode.
Right.
And so
Right.
everything that comes after this is gonna be just even that more special, like that much more special, because of everything that's
Absolutely.
happened, and because it's the last episodes. Like 30 episodes isn't that much.
I can't even think about that. But absolutely, you're right, and I think we're gonna put that much more into it and passion into it, because we know that, the end is near. So I think they're gonna be very special, and I'm super excited to get working on those and to be back with them. Yeah, I think we have a lot to look forward to.
Is there anything, Paola, you're so wonderful with your fans, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans, about this journey that you've been on, and getting back, and letting, and the fans finally seeing this episode that they've been waiting for so much, and seeing Princess again? Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Ooh, that's hard. No, the only thing that I would say is just thank you for the support. That's what I would say. Thank you for the support. Yeah,
Awesome.
I really
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you, and thank you so much for taking the time today, and just congratulations on the episode. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. You'll have to. I can't wait to see on Twitter to see what you think of it after you finally get to watch it, because
Yeah,
it's so
I'm so
good.
excited. Thank you so much, Sarah Beth. Thank you for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Paula.